Alrighty, I'm gonna start doing some of these CAD problems here, starting with problem number one, which I have in the corner. Now, when you do anything in Fusion 360, you want to start by making a new component. And I'm gonna put the 6 components on this one sheet. So I'm gonna do components 1 through 6 on here. So I'm gonna call this one problem 1. I'm gonna click OK. So I've got a component here, problem 1. I'm going to start by making a sketch on the front face, like so. So I'm on the front face, and then I've got to draw this shape, and this shape is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 boxes by 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes. So it's going to be an 8 by 5. We're going to go with 1 box equals 1 inch, which sounds totally reasonable to me. And there we go. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm just counting them. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it's going to be extruded 4 deep. But before I extrude it, I want to put in this box right here. And that's an area I'm not going to extrude. So this box would be 2 away from this face. And then it would also be, didn't want the angle there. I just want the dimension between here, the dimension between this line and this line, which is going to be 3. Okay, so I'm going to hit finish sketch. I always like to go to the house view to give me the isometric, and I'm going to extrude this piece either forward or backwards 4. So I'm going backwards, I'm going to say -4. Okay, so that's the big part of the structure, and if you're looking up there, we have to cut off of this face a diagonal and then off of this face a rectangle. So I think rectangles are easier to draw. So I'm going to go and I'm going to get the create 2D sketch. I'm going to click on it. It doesn't really matter which way, but I am going to rotate it. And that is hard to see how to rotate. So I'm just going to quickly turn the image off to show you again. With the arrow here, I'm going to rotate the box around. And I am going to turn the image back on so you can see a rectangle right here. And one of the important things I make sure I do with this rectangle is I'm making sure it is on this edge when I drew it. So it is most certainly on the edge. I'm going to dimension the rectangle 3 times, once here, and that will be 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes. Notice how it is still connected to the end. I'm going to dimension it here, which will be 1 box. And then I'm going to dimension it here, which will be 2 boxes. I could have also dimensioned here and made this one instead of the one in the middle 2, but that doesn't really matter. So I got 4, 1, and 2. I'm going to pop this up, and I'm going to finish the sketch. And from here, I'm just going to click on this face with the extrude tool. So this is the extrude tool. And I'm just going to pull it straight down. As long as it's going all the way through and you can see the red area, see the operation is cut, we will not have a problem. So I'm going to cut that, and that cuts out that area. And the final piece for this drawing is I'm going to go right here. I'm going to click on this front face, and I need to just run a diagonal. And to figure out how far that diagonal is, I've got to first draw it. And now one thing I made sure to avoid is you'll see right here you got these pluses popping up. That is the center mark. I do not want to snap to the center mark when I'm drawing my triangle. And the way I'm going to figure out what this hypotenuse is basically I'm just going to dimension the points of the triangle from the edges I know. So I know this is 1 up, so that would make that 2. And I know the other one right here from this edge to this edge, we've got 2 solid boxes. So that'll give me 2 there. So I've got a 1 and I've got a 2. And I'm going to just leave that up for a second so you guys can get the visual. I'm going to hit finish sketch. And then we're going to go to extrude again. And we're going to click this area and we're just going to drag it through and finish that. And that is problem 1, and it does a pretty good job of matching what I've got up in the corner. If you want to color this in, you can go right click on your new component and you can go get a color. I'm just going to go to paint for all of these and I'm going to say I'm going to make this one blue. Just drag it on there. Not a crazy fan of that blue. Make it a little more blue. There we go. That pleases me. Okay. So I got that. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to, I should probably save. I'm going to save this in my middle school folder. I'm going to save this as CAD Problems 1 through 6. All right. So that was problem 1. I'm going to make some more videos for the other ones. So this is problem 1.